Hey, that's like 40-year-old dry poo. It's what you call compost.
I think the spanner's slightly excessive, but we may as well take these apart while on here. Oh yeah. If no one can use it. You never know when these fittings in the future may come in handy, so.
Oh, you're being a hoarder.
They're a bit pink, so they're pinkless.
I think they can go to the bins here.
No. They might pull you out of the crap one day. Just going to point out there's no water today, as in there's no tide today, so this is why we're doing these. And it's not too bad, the weather, so.
No, it's only 3 degrees.
Yeah, I don't mind the cold, but it's in the rain. I'd say it's some sort of animal.
You're hoping it's some sort of animal?
Well, if some human's been on there eating like, it's like a bear. Okay, so basically decided to turn this, hitting the frame, it's never going back on, so it's getting cut off. So you just cut your knob off, it's fine.
Okay, one more to go.
Oh, I don't think my new spanner's fitting the old ones. It's a beauty. So basically then by drilling it and hitting it, you basically split the nut. So it's well glued in. Nice big hole in the boat. You did get these tied right, didn't you?
Yeah, it smells like burning boat down here.
Yeah, it's a good smell.
I hate using fire on a wooden boat. So from all the web frames aft, Simon's took the knees off. So these need to be made a bit prettier. And also de-wooded. Stubborn little bugger. Get out my knee. This is my least favourite thing to do. I'm just going to get them off the easy way. Just cut them all out.
Well, we're not going back on, are they?
No.
Right, so let's go and have a look at these through holes. So there I was, working away. Put my big spanner on this part here, and it happened. It snapped off. That shows the importance of through holes, doesn't it? Must have took some energy, but it still broke at the end of the day, which isn't good. So all that came with it, and that definitely could have sank us. Luckily it didn't. So good job with changing them. Oh, she's a beauty. Right, so I was just doing some checking of basically is this going to fit. So I'll close, so I've got this through hole screwed into there where it's going to be locked up. Got the washer on it, got the nut on it, and I'm getting 47 mil. And then from the outside of the hole there, I'm getting about 48. It's all a bit too tight of a tolerance, really. You want a bit of, because it's about how this screws onto here, and so you need a bit of space, don't you? A little bit of space between there and there when we're finished. So I was going to leave them, but we're going to change them now.
Do you have to change them, or could you
Send them back? I think I just change them. Well, I think I've got some 9mm. Because the whole thickness is quite thick. These are designed for like fiberglass holes, aren't they? Which is only like, they're only little thin things, aren't they? Yeah, because we're like 45mm thick. We should have got, I think they do like a long series, but it's my bad that. But on the other hand, I keep it all nice and snug to the hole, don't we? So I'll go and see what material we've got to change these. So we've got like a few little nails, so you can see here, so there's a few nails sort of dotted around the place. Obviously we don't want to remove the nails, so what I'm doing is I'm knocking me washer, and then we're leaving like little dents there, you probably can't see, but then I'm basically, so machining it away a bit. Until it fits just nice against the hull. Because you don't really want to force any nails, do we? You push back on them. Right, so I'm suited and booted. Ready for the outside, Gemma's on the inside. Right, go and get dirty. Right, so this is where we're working. As you can see, well, the new ones are going through backwards. But for me to get it, I'm going to have to dig a hole, aren't I? I'm going to have to remove some of this material. So do you want to take that one out, Jem? No, the other one. Right, some holes dug now, so we've got access now to that's the upper one. That's the lighter one. That's the more forward one. Now I've got to try and clean up the area now that we're going to be putting glue. Fortunately, set you on fire through the holes. Right, so there's 2 more done. 3 holes now. It's amazing how good the wood is, isn't it? Below the waterline. You'd think it'd be like worse, wouldn't you, down there? But it's not, it's getting better and better, so looks good. Right, so I think Gemma's now going to put some glue on the through holes, and then all I've got to do is push them in, hold them there until she gets the nuts on them. Wow, one already.
After all glued, ready to go.
Ready to go. Do you reckon that's enough? Do you reckon that's enough glue? We're gonna sink. Oh my god. Right. Coming at you. Oh yeah, it's loads of glue that. So this one here is right on the water line as such. Maybe we don't quite float at that line, but there's like a scribed line in the boat. So this one's basically on that line. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the last one. So I think what we'll do now is go inside, try and get some torque on them, and then we'll come out back outside, then we'll clean up the ooze.
Bit of fine tuning to the floor.
It's quicker than taking the floor up, isn't it? Right, so the reason I've just screwed this on here now is where do you want this valve to be?
Not underneath.
Yeah. You know, because like you could set it there. I never think you get them like completely precise anyway, but
I'm going to say that way, I think.
there, so
Yeah.
like 45 degrees up. I was half thinking that as well.
Oh, we agree on something.
Using proper like under the water glue there as well. Well, it all is actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same glue.
The same glue, but it is like when we bought. Oh, I got a bit past Jen. Right, we'll give that a nip.
Number 2.
It's actually just A. I don't know what.
Hey, calm down.
Hey.
So we definitely got enough glue on it.
Yeah. Can you have too much glue? Well, we know there's plenty of glue outside, don't I? So that's fine.
So we need to go outside and clean it off.
Are you going to go outside and clean it up? Or do you trust me? I bet this in this instant you trust me to go and clean it up, don't you? You see her face now, she's confused because her OCD about cleaning is going mad.
But I don't think he's cleaned up the ones he's done up front, like to my standards.
Yeah, but it'll all sand off, won't it?
Yeah. So I've got a confession as well. I am back to my old holy work boots. And the reason I am back to my old holy work boots is because the other ones just weren't comfortable.
They were crap.
Like, I felt like I was going to trip over in them all the time. These ones are like well worn in and broken, and these other ones slowed me down. And we haven't got time to be slow on this boat, so these ones I will wear on my feet until they fall off.
Right, check the spanner out in action now. Check this. It's great, isn't it? I've noticed with these bronze nuts there, there's like one side of them just a tiny bit bigger than the other, so I'm glad. So now, what you do, you stick another tool in it. No.
So this one is stopping the actual through hole from spinning, and that one's spinning the nut to tighten it. Now when he made these tools, the amount of comments going, you can just buy crow's feet spanners off the shelf. We like to sometimes make our own stuff, you know, and also trying to find an 1.5 inch.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's bigger than, yeah.
70 odd mil.
It's like a weird size, so trying to find a 70 mil crow's foot spanner, spent more time than actually just going to the workshop and making one ourselves, and also more cost effective. So thank you everyone who told us you can buy them off the shelf. But then everyone who sent me links for sending me them for like
20 mil.
20 mil. So go on.
This one is 56-ish.
56-ish mil.
Yeah. And the other one you can probably get quite easy is 38-ish.
But yeah, if you want to go and send me the links to them sizes.
But also these come with a handle.
Yeah, and these didn't cost anything apart from time.
I did slightly cock up because I put the handle on the wrong side. I didn't tell anyone that. Can't admit to faults, can you? Oh, it actually still works, it's fine, it's good. Right, so we'll put the valves on it, make sure they're in the right place before we commit. Okay, without that, you'd never get that side. I'm way happy with that.
Homemade tools for the win.
Yeah. I'll put on the wall. Slightly cocked, but made another tool as well. Sure, you can buy them. Don't know. There's like some little nibs inside of the actual skin fitting, but then they just go through there and lock in, and then we're all good. You thing. Somebody made the spanner wrong. I told you should have bought a crow's foot, didn't I?
Yeah, I'll just run the shop and get you one.
Right, so now what we're going to go and do is cut this down with a grinder. It's just like...
it's clashing there.
Yeah.
It's alright, it's what grinders are for. Okay, we decided not to spend 3 hours cutting through that thick steel. I just used the Nipex ones. You don't get on with gloves, do you?
No, I go for about 20 pairs in about 30 seconds.
You must have big fun muscles. You just pop
It's not
them.
that. They're designed for like working inside human bodies, aren't they? They have like loads of splinters. Okay. Alright, so another thing we've got as well, because when we last fitted the through holes in the bow, this is years ago, we were dead paranoid about leaving them open. Do you remember?
Yes.
We were there. Did we close them? Did somebody knock them? Did someone like... And then I've got all the way home and gone, I need to go back and see. So what we ended up doing in the bow is putting some blanking plugs. I think... I don't know, they're bronze as well, aren't they? So what we'll do is we'll PTFE these up.
They are brass, do they?
They're brass?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well...
No, they're corrosion resistant. The DRZ, whatever they are.
It says CR brass on the thing.
Corrosion resistant. So yeah, what I was going to was in the bow I put loads of copper grease all over the ball.
Oh right, okay.
And then we'll PTFE these, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we definitely, hopefully, shouldn't take on any water because we don't need these through holes for quite some time. So to blank them off now, it's just an extra layer of safety, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, so they're all bunged up. So we put some beautiful through holes in so we can pass water from one side of the hull to the other, or fluids or turds or something. But we're not using them for that, we're just using them to plug a hole. Not doing anything. So does everyone know, I mean, a lot of you will, when it's up, well, imagine like the direction of the pipe here, okay? So if it's like a T to the pipe, it means it's off. If it's following the pipe, it means it's on. I'm only saying this because like you might be sinking one day and you need to turn it off, but you don't know which way it is. So if you put it to like 90 degrees to the pipe, then it's off. And also make sure yours move. You never know when you need them. There you go. Right, that's that done. Right, I'm going to go back outside now and clean it all up. I'm sure Gemma's going to do the same, are you, Gem?
Okay.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, it's a bit oozy, isn't it?
Oozy snoozy. Tiny bit cleaner. Don't think anyone's going to see them, are they? Don't tell Gemma. What? Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, you can get on your knees, right, and bend over in the mud.
Oh, I. That sort of channel.
Oh yeah. Come over to it. Right, okay, so we're going to do some nails now. Don't like doing nails, but they've always got to be done, and we always leave it too much, don't we? And then we go, oh, why have we got so many to do? Get them done while the weather's good and there's no water. Right, let's see if we can lose all these lovely copper nails into the hull. Like little holes there, see? Holes there, holes there. Holes everywhere. Oh, I don't think we'll film too much of this because it's boring for you, but I'll show you when I've finished. Right, we just did a lot of nails then. Don't know how many, lost count. It's got a bit dark now, so I think we should step back inside. How many? 35 nails. Is that it? It felt like more. Right, so I think the next job is to change this beam shelf. I don't know if it's the next job or not. It's probably not the best day to do because it's like raining and windy outside, but so it's going to come in from outside. Is that right, Jem?
It's the only way we can get it in.
I might sound a bit unconfident with what we're doing because we are. Because I am.
So this is rotten, and obviously we're trying to work on this beam shelf here. But if we start taking any more support off the deck of the boat, then we're worried it might fall down. So we're sort of putting this bit on hold for a minute. We're gonna, because obviously this beam shelf is rotten as well, so there's not much holding the top of the boat up.
And we're actually increasing the dimensions of this beam shelf, because when our web frame comes up, our web frame is 39mm it's going to be. Well, this here is only 35mm, So we're going to be going basically to 40mm width of this beam shaft, so it's going to be a slight upgrade. But for us to do these web frames and get the knees in, this will be too small, so it has to be done now really. So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's going to be a bit of a slow filming because we don't really properly know what we're doing. So, but yeah, right. I need to go and open up outside to make sure we can get this in and out quite simple. Not really the best day to be working outside, windy and wet. It's okay, I've got a bit of a shelter. So it's going to drip on his head. Yes. Right, so this here is the end of our beam shelf. See daylight.
Simon said we should install a pole on the boat, so here's my pole. Oh.
It's a great pole, isn't it?
Hello.
Right, so yeah, what we need to do is make a note on how high all these are relative to the boat somewhere. Then we need to put some props under it, maybe give it a little nudge up, maybe we'll wedge some things in there, and we cut it away, then we can send it out through the hole that I've just cut. Yeah, we know what we're doing, definitely. What are you doing?
I don't know, just like making sure my boat doesn't fall down. With our bendy.
Yeah, there you go, that's definitely won't fall down, will it? Right, so we put an old prop system in. Got this pretty cool jack. Basically, you squeeze it up, and then it's got a left and a right hand thread on it, which then you rotate it, and then it puts quite a lot of pressure up. It's actually really good, which I didn't even realise it did that. Which I was squeezing, it wasn't really giving much, and then so then you turn it. Pretty good tool. Right, so what we can do now is we can get rid of all these bolts that we put in, and hopefully this beam shaft's away. Okay, so it's our beam shaft. What we do now is pre-cut a big scarf on it, so when we get it in, we can land it, and then when the next piece comes to it, then we can put a nice scarf on it. On the new piece, then that'll join to this one. It's pretty.
Right, now that one's cut, time to get the old one out.
Wow, we need to take these bolts out now. Do you want to go outside?
No, it's raining.
I'll go outside. Alright, so Joe's got the impactor. Okay. There we go. Our big homemade bolts with big washers. Big headed bolts, aren't they? Quick release boat. We'll just take this in the off, haven't we?
Not doing much, is it?
No. Still haven't found what these are called. I've searched high and low.
Square anchorage bolts?
No, the socket for it. I cannot find them on Amazon anyway.
That works great.
It does actually. I didn't think it would because that's like technically a 6-point, isn't it? Didn't undo this one. Right then. Gemma has volunteered to be the stuntman. Woman. There you go.
Oh, you got it.
Whoa! That's a good catch there on my half. It didn't fall down! Hey!
It's a bonus, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Right, let's get it.
Watch Gemma just knock all these posts out now with this.
They both fall on you.
There's a lot riding on them posts, isn't there?
It's amazingly light for like a beam shelf, and
it looks a bit weedy, doesn't it, compared to our new one?
it does. Very, very weedy.
The new one's strong shelf. What are you gonna do with your old shelf? It's gonna be old, that one, isn't it? Don't come out.
So it's ready to push the beam shelf through the hole. So I've just put some clamps there because once obviously it comes in, it's then just loose and floating. So hopefully that'll stop it just falling down.
Hope it floats.
Floating beam shelf.
Yeah. You also got like an array of sticks, haven't you, which you cut. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Right, shall I go and stick it in?
Yep, and pop it through the hole.
My boat part's so big and doors are so small. Kind of on the wrong side of this.
Got a big lever out and everything, didn't even need it. I got a big lever out and I didn't even need it. Okay. Well, that looks good.
Right, there's our beam shelf in now. That's really cool. So what we need to do now is go and fire some bolts right through from the outside, then to clamp it all up, to keep in position. That wasn't too bad, was it? Cool. Is that made it through?
Yeah. Okay. So that is definitely one of the easiest bits of beam shelf that we have fitted because it come off in one piece and went in one piece. So the next job is to laminate up 2 web frames, but first we've got to cut the scarf on one.
I already cut the scarf on one, so that's good. So yeah, just this one now. So unfortunately, gotta lift the bilge up, haven't we?
Yeah.
Techno head.
I was just reading a message off my child. Yeah, floor up.
Question is though, will the floor come up now the new radiator's in?
Still dirty down there.
Can we do it? You have to like stand inside it. Yeah, and then you have to somehow get out.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Right, Simon's just cut it but then lifted it out.
And it had a crack in it, so I've just cut halfway through the crack.
Okay. So it wasn't just placed in?
No. Anyway, I've got to take this out because I've got to cut this web frame. Then around here somewhere, try and find some good wood. Right, so we're ready to make the new web frames. Just did a quick test at the moment to make sure they'll actually bend because we've had a couple break in the past. So this is just a singular piece, and I've not pushed it all the way because it's getting a bit there, isn't it? But I think when it's got 3 of them in it, it's got the glue on it, it's all going to slip nicely into position. So,
but we are preparing ourselves for some breakage, aren't we?
Preparing for failure. Is that right?
Should we not? I know you're not getting it close there, but should we not test with the biggest waste one because we could waste a lot of epoxy?
You want to do the biggest one?
What do you think?
Well, I say we just glue one at a time up.
Okay.
But because this one's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll just go and stick Breskens if you want, because I don't know what the other option is. No, it's within 10mm. I've run out of scope on my thing, so.
So that looks okay then.
That's good. Was it cold?
Yeah, I didn't warm it up enough in time to make it all soft.
Doesn't come out as fast as it when it's warm,
No.
cold. Hold on.
So we need to clamp the top first.
Yeah, so we clamp the top, and so we clamp it here, then we'll knock them up if that makes sense. Okay, so.
Okay.
Oh, look at your ooze already, Gemma.
Oh. Right, we've got that one to pull in quite a bit, haven't we? So this is at the point now where it could go. We're hoping not.
Nah, with all the glue in it. If you even let the glue settle for a bit. Oh, the brew. Good excuse for a brew, isn't it?
Oh, we're nearly there. Oh yeah.
Right, you got big clamps or was that it?
Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. Oh, you got about 12 mil to go.
Is it actually slipping? Yeah, it's all slipping, isn't it?
Yeah. Go on, you got about 5 mil.
I think I'm just gonna ease into it. I'm gonna do a turn a minute. Oh, you fucking asshole. Hold on.
Obviously we're using a Roco now. The ways we used to use oak is...
Yeah, I think oak's better.
Are we going to have to go back to oak because it's a bit more flexible?
I haven't got any oak there.
Which is a shame though, because we've got so many thin laminates of a Roco, and the back of the boat is a lot more curved than this.
Yeah.
So if we're failing here...
Well, maybe we could try and steam bend. Depends on the moisture
A
content.
Roco doesn't steam. This is so dry. It's been stored for 20 years inside.
Should lose them outside for a bit.
Right, let us go and have a think.
Right, so that didn't work, did it? A bit like we thought it was gonna, but it didn't. But I think we've got loads of this Roco, so I think it'd be nice to try it in thinner strips. And we have got a saw down there which we could like rip it down a bit thinner. So I think we should do some tests to see how much we can get a Roco to bend before it breaks, and then we'll try a bit thinner and see if we can make it, to see how much we can make that bend, just to see if thinner strips will work. So
maybe make it out of 4 strips instead of 3 strips.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, 5 strips.
5 strips, 6 strips. Don't know what's after 6.
Matchsticks.
Matchsticks. So what do we do with this now? Do we just take it out
and just let it go hard and
use it for something else in the future, or do we leave
hold on a minute,
it?
hold on a
Might
minute.
work somewhere else. Yeah.
I was going to say, because we've snapped to like there, but
There might be
have we got any web frames that don't go down that far? Maybe that one there.
Yeah, okay.
So actually we could keep it.
So just leave it clamped up here.
Yeah, because if we unclamp it, that's going to go everywhere.
Yeah. And well, you never know when you need a bend bit of wood, do you? So.
Right, so our web frames are 39 mil.
13 mil.
No,
Oh, right, wide.
Just to interrupt you there. I'm a woman, I'm always right. So our wireframes are 39mm and we've been using 3 laminates of 13mm each. So we're going to do a test now. So what have we done for our test?
So, I'm trying to be scientist. I've left my white coat at home unfortunately. So we've set this jig up here. We've got an original piece, which is the original that we were trying to bend earlier. So we've got control on where we're going to bend it from here. We're going to use the heaviest member of the family, which unfortunately is me. What we're going to do is push it down here until it snaps. So we've got a scale. Well, I'm not sure if it's going to snap or whether it's just going to pop out of here or not.
Is it worth screwing the ends into the bench then?
No, because you need it to move and slide, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm tempted to come slightly further back actually, so I've got a bit more of a bearer on here.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll figure out all of the
So
controls.
we're doing a test with a 13mm original piece.
Yep.
If we were to cut the web frames down to 4 laminates, it'd be 9.75mm, so we've just cut one of them.
Yep.
And if we were to put it to 5 laminates, it'd be 7.8mm, which is what that is. So we're going to use the camera for our recording.
You're going to do slow-mo.
Slow-mo. 13mm test.
So that's one, here we go. Am I going to get hurt? Really?
Yeah.
So I'm just progressively... Wow, it was very sudden.
Okay, 9.75mm test. .8mm test.
Maybe we should have safety
That's
glasses.
700 now. 600.
It's going to come out the
Okay.
Can't break it, don't we?
Ooh! Wow! So there we go. The scientific testing says we should be laminating these up in 5 strips, not 3. Obviously that's like double the amount of glue, but if that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do. But there's no point cutting down all of the 13mm strips that we've got here because they can still be used for frame material. So back to the workshop to cut up some more wood.
Right then, we made it to the workshop. Right, time to cut up some thin strips. I think it was 9.7. I'll check that. Right, here's our pile of Oroco here. So I've selected this piece here. We're going to cut it up to 9.7 all the way down it. Here's the pieces we were using. Basically cutting these up, they're like T&G Oroco pieces, but I could skim all them down to like 9.7, but I think it'd be nice to keep hold of them for a while. And then we can process, because it's a lot of waste, isn't it? So if we could just, off a big chunk, take some more pieces. Right, so I've just cut one, and it's not meant to be 9.7, is it? It's meant to be 7.8. Hey! Luckily, I've only done one, isn't it? Well, it's quite hard going this, getting this through the sawmill. It's quite a chunk, but hopefully the more we take off, the lighter it'll get. I was hoping to just throw it through the saw, leaves a nice sort of rough edge for the glow. I'm not getting the accuracy. don't know if a bandsaw would work better, but I'm not buying a bandsaw when we got there. So I think what I'm going to do is cut them up and then stick them through the planer. Yeah, I'm getting like variants, like a mill all the way down there. I think it's just me sort of pushing it through ever so wibbly wobbly. So, alright, let's cut all these up to about, I don't know, 9 mil or something like that, and then we'll stick them up through the planer.
If you see what we can see, then advance your way. It's for all of us. There's a place that we should be. Come along, 'cause it's high tide and we can't lose. Come and drift away with us. Come and drift away with us again. So now that you're on board, let the love we share take hold of you as we move a little more. Come along, 'cause it's high tide and we can't lose. Come and drift away with us. Come and drift away with us again. Don't let it end. There's 1,000 dreams between us, and we're reaching for the land. Won't you drift